18 minutes. That's how long the South Strabane fire chief says it took his crews to respond when fire engulfed an apartment building in December, killing one woman and displacing dozens of others. The chief says the township's been talking about staffing his department 24/7 for years, and now he says this fire has given them even more reason to do that. Amy Wadas has more on when that can happen and why, in this case, it took so long to respond. Amy.
Ken, the fire broke out here at the Thomas Campbell Apartments in South Strabane, and you can still see some of the charred remains and boarded up windows of some of the units. Now, the fire chief says he is hoping his department will be staffed 24/7 in the next month or so an 18-minute response time does not happen again.
850 Beach Street, South Strabane Township, Thomas Campbell Apartment, high-rise. Confirmed fire.
It was just 2 days before Christmas, around 12:30 in the morning, when a fire started in the kitchen of a 6th-floor unit. Nearly 50 people were displaced from their homes. One resident, 78-year-old Francis Venin, was hurt and died a few days later. South Strabane Fire Chief Scott Reese says his full-time staff had gone home at 11 p.m., so it was up to volunteers to fight the fire.
We have 3 EMS units responding, one's on scene.
The on-scene records, again, these are all timestamps by the Washington Control Center. That was showing 18 minutes on the arrival of the truck. It's not an acceptable time for anybody.
Reese says the city of Washington, a 24/7 department which was called for mutual aid, responded in 5 minutes. He says responding in 4 to 6 minutes is ideal based on a fire service study the township conducted. But when it comes to the response of volunteers in any department, he says there's a lot of factors to consider.
People getting out of bed, getting dressed, getting to the station, then getting dressed again, then getting on the apparatuses and getting to the scene.
Township Manager Brandon Stanek says the fire department has 9 full-time staff with 2 new hires coming on in a few months and 12 active volunteers. He says the township has the funds and the go-ahead from the firefighters union to make the department 24/7. It's just a matter of getting all the ducks in a row. Francis Venin's best friend, who also lives at Thomas Campbell Apartments, says an 18-minute response time is unacceptable and is on board with a 24/7 department.
There would have been more people to make sure that everybody got out adequately.
She says every minute matters, especially when it comes to saving lives.
Franny was a wonderful person. She was a kind, caring person. She loved her neighbors. She loved her friends.
Now, I asked the South Strabane fire chief if he thinks those 18 minutes would have made a difference in saving Francis Venin's life. I'll have his answer coming up tonight at 6. Reporting live in South Strabane Township, Amy Wadas, KDKA News.